Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Deja Vu Show, WBLS, and we are joined by the one, the only, Tank.
Come on now, you know how we've been doing this for quite some time.
My brother.
My sister, quite some time.
No, it's cool. You were saying like it's cool when you know people. We've seen and known each other for years now throughout the industry, and it's just good to see that you are still. Pandemic didn't have nothing on you. Like, what happened? What?
You know,
I put on like 40. You still looking like you've been in the gym.
No, what's crazy is that like when I went through my health thing with losing my hearing and the vertigo, like the medicine really did me in. You know what I'm saying? And then so the medicine is designed to make you depressed, and then I'm depressed because I lost my hearing, and I don't know how I'm gonna get out of that. I'm dizzy. I'm depressed because I'm dizzy now, and through all of that, like the steroids made me eat like crazy. Like you have no idea. And I have chronic reflux, so I would have to sleep sitting up, and my stomach would be out to here. Like I was really another version of Tank that I've never seen.
So
like
what triggered all of that though? The hearing, did they say?
They have
did
no
they find
idea.
out?
They have no idea.
And what were some of the warning signs you got?
There are no warning signs. In 3 days, I just couldn't hear.
What?
And so there's no cause, and there's really no fix. The medicine they give you is to help preserve what you have, and hopefully can build up the nerves and get things back going in a good direction. But there's no fix outside of getting the surgery, which is a permanent fix. You know what I mean? So at that point, you can no longer rely on a miracle. It's just permanent. Whatever the doctors put in there, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And so I just don't want to go there yet until I give the creator time to do a little bit more work.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? And so then we'll see. So, but yeah, I had to hire a trainer. I've been training my whole life. I had to hire somebody.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, my stuff ain't working no more. Help me. Do something with me.
Listen, I hired the trainer too for other purposes, and it's still because me and my lovers Ben and Jerry still been hanging out. Okay,
I love
Ben over here, Jerry over here, just
Listen, I just had me some lemon loaf on the way up with the icing on it.
Don't mess with me.
Come on, Starbucks.
Come on, Starbucks.
I'm gonna have my snacks.
Right.
I'm gonna eat my snacks.
You're gonna eat the snacks. All right. So, but you've been busy, and to see you overcoming and still working in the midst of this, I know you have your final album. So you say, is this really the final album?
Really the final album.
R&B money?
R&B money. More music, you know what I mean? More, maybe collaborations and more producing and writing, but, moving more so into a label space where, I'm curating the next R&B singers, songwriters, and producers. And, I gotta hold the gate. And somebody who knows it has to hold the gate.
Right.
Somebody who actually does it. You know what I mean? And so right now, while my name means something, while my phone calls are still being answered, like this is the perfect time to transition into that space because I can help at this moment.
Right.
I'm not in a space where I've been sent off to the pasture, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm trying to make those phone calls now. Ain't nobody picking up.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Tell them it's Tank. Yeah, no, I called yesterday too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'll call back tomorrow. Yeah. I don't want to be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, while I matter, I can make the most difference for people who want to do what I do. And so this is the time to do that. Yeah.
That's beautiful. All right, so let's take us back. When did you start singing? When did you know you had the gift to sing?
Yeah, because those are two different things. I knew I could sing at 5 and play piano, all these things.
The family used to have you performing at the services and the family gatherings and all
that. And I could sing. Well, no, not really. My cousin was doing all the singing, but I was just dabbling. Like I would watch and emulate and imitate. And so I would do it at church a little bit and junior choir and all that stuff. I was like, okay, I can sing. Yeah. And then it wasn't until 9th grade that I knew I had a gift.
Really?
Yeah. Because, the validation for us comes from women. Right. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know when you got something.
We were screaming. Were we in the bleachers?
A dude can't tell me nothing. And I had been like in little go-go bands and playing around the neighborhood and singing and all that stuff, and all that was cool. But when we did this assembly for the whole school at the beginning of my 9th grade year, and the choir teacher was like, "Does anybody want to, sing a song? We got to do a selection. If you guys want." I was like, I'll sing. And they was like, other two guys was like, "We'll sing with them." I was like, "Well, I got a song. This is the song." And we learned the song, and we get there, and one guy sang, he did his thing. Another guy sang, he did his thing. We did our harmony, and then I started singing, and then at that time, the Howard Hewitt and all that stuff. Those notes were in it. So I was like,
right.
nah, And when I went to that Howard Hewitt note,
Right.
every girl in that auditorium, in that school, started screaming out of control. And listen, I had dunked the basketball. I had scored touchdowns. I'd even caught the Holy Ghost and shouted in church. Nothing felt like this. I'm telling you right now. Then women started screaming. I said, yeah, this is for me. I need to use this.
Oh my God.
And I was using it for good for a long time. You know, it was all church music.
It was all church. What was that song that you sung at the assembly?
It's called "You Are the Light."
What was it? Did you write it?
I wrote it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I wrote it.
So they were screaming off of an original copy. You know, sometimes when people sing original,
they were screaming off of an original copyright. You know, in 9th grade. I've been doing this. You know,
excuse me.
And it was a church song, and I'm like, why does this not feel like a church song anymore? You know what I'm saying? This is clearly about Jesus. Like what? And you know, I was using my powers for good for a long time, and then 2 years out of high school, after, you know, just going through so much stuff in the church, you know what I'm saying, and still being broke, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this R&B thing. At least I'll be able to make money.
Went out into the world.
I'll be able to, earn a living. And I went on that tour with Ginuwine and Aaliyah in '97, the Budweiser Superfest, and you know, I learned more about myself that summer than I had learned in my whole 20 years of anything. And I was like, they lied to me. This is good.
No, they were trying to protect.
This Long Island iced tea, the way it makes me feel is good.
That Long Island will get you caught. That was my very first drink.
Baby! A few of these young ladies, they are good to me. Y'all lied to me. Because it's like, you know, I was doing all this preaching and all this, you know, evangelistic work, you know, in the malls, going door to door, turn from your wicked ways. And
were you
the Lord
really in like that?
I was in there. The Lord can take that from you. And I didn't know what I was talking about. I'd never experienced it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Telling somebody, you don't need to have those sexual relations. You know, all of that stuff. And I'm just running off at the mouth because the book that's what the book says to do.
Yes.
Man, I got out there and started experiencing some of that stuff. I was like, oh, this ain't easy. It ain't easy to come up off of this. One more time, Lord. I just need one more time.
Lord, I promise if you get me out of this, I
won't do it no more. Lord, I'm back again.
I'm back. It's me. Jesus, it's me again. Your daughter. Your son.
I remember I said I wouldn't do it again, but Lord, you made it. You created it. If you didn't want us to have it, you wouldn't have made it.
Oh, gosh.
I blame you, Lord.
You are a mess. So on that Budweiser Superfest, you had already befriended Ginuwine. You met Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Did you guys start writing and doing things at that time?
Yeah,
during the tour?
me and Ginuwine, we would just start writing stuff and building stuff with Timbaland, and he was my favorite producer at the time.
So what a connection right there. And
it was
experience.
immediate. It was immediate. And Ginuwine is like, he's an uber fan of talented people. Uber fan. Like, he's always like, if he thinks you're talented or is enamored with your talent, he's going to go crazy for you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got to meet Tank. Oh, he's the most incredible singer I've ever heard. Sing something. I'm telling you right now, he going to kill everybody. Don't nobody. Like, he's like that guy.
And
that's how he used to, oh my God, that's how he used to do me. And so, that's how he introduced me to Aaliyah. And that's how, that's how I got that job. And that's how he introduced me to Timbaland. And that's how we started, kind of getting close. And so it just all materialized from there. And then I ended up getting signed to Blackground Records, who they were managing Timbaland, and Timbaland was signed there. They were managing Ginuwine, and Aaliyah was signed there as well. So, I just fit right into the family. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it was bittersweet because it was like, now it was time for me to work on being an artist, but I never wanted to leave Ginuwine. Like I was the ultimate wingman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I carried in bags. You know what I'm saying? Like Ginuwine buy something from Foot Locker or from Oak Street. Yeah, I had the bags. I got that. Give me that, big fella. Mail that for you. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
when it was like when the really dope, the beautiful girl, you know what I'm saying, wanted Ginuwine, you know what I'm saying?
You're like, okay, you can take it.
And she had a friend that just needed somewhere to hang out, you know what I'm saying? While her and Ginuwine, she hung out with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a perfect wingman.
I'm gonna bring my friend.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Bring your friend. And so, when it was time for Ginuwine to sing and he needed somebody to back him up, like I stayed ready for him, you know what I'm saying? My pony. I was ready. I was always ready. And it was some of the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Did you sing background on that?
Yes. No, not on the original song.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
So that like as a background singer, like I didn't have any cares in the world. Like if the focus wasn't on me, the focus was on Ginuwine. He would let me get my shine, but you know my work wasn't heavy. My work was easy, and then I got to hang out with Ginuwine all the time. Like so I never wanted to leave.
But
ever.
That's a cool story. You guys are still cool now?
Yeah, family.
Family, no matter what. I love it. So when you got out to your own, what was the difference that you first immediately noticed from being, okay, I'm background, but now I am Tank in the front now. What were some of the things you noticed, like, yo, I can't be slipping on XYZ?
Well, the pressure was different. And I didn't realize it until my first single. You know what I'm saying? I thought you just get in and you put a song out and you blow up, and then there it is. And it didn't happen that way for me. You know what I'm saying? We shot this elaborate video, $500,000 video.
That's when it was spending mad money.
Oh, mad
money on those videos, right?
Then I got outfits, I got 10 dancers, I got explosions, I got fire. You know what I'm saying? I got baby oil. You know, I got everything happening, right? And so I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to the moon. You don't see all this? Like this is moon stuff, right? And the single starts not performing well. You know what I mean? And so I'm sitting in front of, I'm at Fort Valley State, remember it like it was yesterday.
Wow.
And I'm performing this song that's at radio that's supposed to be a hit record. And in the middle of me performing this song, two little cute girls in the front row, they look at each other and go,
oh, I used to remember that.
Absolutely scarred me. Yeah. I have trauma from that moment.
That's
I
tragic.
never sang that song again.
You're lying.
On my mama.
Are you serious?
Yes. I started breaking out into a cold sweat, and my voice got cotton mouth. And it was just going downhill. And the song that, at that point, I was almost getting booed. And the song that got me back to at least just, being, respected on stage was Maybe I Deserve. And so they listened to that song and was like, all right, you cool. But ain't nobody want to take no pictures with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody want to autograph. Like, nah, I just wasn't the guy. And so it took for me to go through that, and then us putting out Maybe I Deserve and watching my audience go from 100 people to 300 people to 800 people. 1,000, 1,500, 3,000, and then me co-headlining summer jams with Ludacris and Ja Rule and Nelly, and then I was like, oh, okay, I see, and Ginuwine had always told me it's gonna be different when they calling your name, and I didn't believe him, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, nah, I'm always gonna be with you, man, and it was different, and if I thought I was out of control as a background singer, I was completely out of hand as a solo artist.
Well, is there anything that you'd like to share?
You know what? I think that, it's still on. The discernment is still on.
Listen, he said he had some discernment before, so he wasn't, letting some things out. So that's why.
No, I was just.
I keep checking to see if it's still there.
As a young man, you know what I mean? You never imagine having that many options. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because we're trying to figure out how to get trimmed consistently on a daily basis in kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? We're like, what do we say? Like, how do we, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're trying to figure it out. Right. And while you guys are in kindergarten, you start avoiding it early. You just know.
Already.
You already learned to know. Shutting it down. And we're trying to figure out how to get the yeses. So going into this R&B space where it's now me, because I caught some no's as a background singer because I just wasn't the guy. I wasn't the star. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. I understood that. And I didn't have to chase. I wasn't forcing it, nothing. But when it's you, when it's your name, when it's like all 3, 4, 5,000 people that are to see you, the yeses are different. It's not them saying yes, it's them hoping you say yes. You know what I'm saying?
So the power is back in your hands now.
And how does a man, oh my God, flawed man, a man who was built with built-in imperfections, a man who was built with the desire of a woman, who was built with the lust gene in his body. Listen, it was too much. You know what I'm saying? You can't just offer me. You just can't offer that.
So you were here doing that, there doing that, everything. Were there any lessons that you got caught up like, okay, for real, I ain't playing no more with this?
I think it was two things, right? It was a moral thing because I knew better. I was raised better. So, I would be tormented within my own spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, what are you out here doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who are these girls laying next to you? You have no idea.
I don't know your name.
I don't even know.
Who are you?
I don't know your names.
Who are you,
right?
ma'am?
You know what I'm saying? And then, let me say three things. I guess this part can go along with that. Wondering what my mom would say, or what my grandmother would say. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my accountability system right there, right? Those two right there. And then losing things. You know what I'm saying? Losing a wife. You know what I'm saying? And then going down these dark roads and losing houses and losing cars and losing all of these things, and being able to tie it to, wow, all this is a result of just not being a good steward over the position that I was given. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but was that age, or was it the situation?
No,
because sometimes
I was a kid when I was experiencing all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you're learning all of this in your mid late 20s, and you're like, oh my God, this is rough. You know what I mean? And you just try to figure out why and how, and you have to, you kind of have to go back to, what am I out here doing? What kind of energy am I putting out?
Right.
How am I using my gift? You know what I'm saying? I'm using my gift for evil. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using it for all the access I can possibly have.
But you know what? True or false? I believe that everybody needs to have that wild out period.
You do.
I think you do, because
otherwise
you get middle age and be like, that's when you start buck wild, and you're like, okay, wait, we did this back in the early 20s.
Early.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and that's why I think women are so much more mature and can handle things so much better, because they experience having to have discipline at an early age. You know what I'm saying? And then if they, since they have the option, they have the power at an early age, they're able to explore maybe a little bit late in high school or maybe early in college. And, because guys are always going to give the access to the women. You know what I'm saying? Girls will be like 17, 18 years old. Like, you want to come in the club, you can. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That is true.
You get in there, I'm just trying to say, you have a little beverage early, you know what I'm saying? And you can audit it and get it out of your system and decide whether it's for you or not really early. We don't really get that access or that power until we're more established in our calling, you know what I'm saying, or whatever our purpose is, becoming successful at whatever job that is, or, developing whatever gift that is, you know what I'm saying? And then we start finding the confidence in those tools to really, really make decisions on how we want to live it out. But, it was just a lot.
I'm sure it was.
It was a lot.
So you mentioned, the peaks and valleys of being a star. Your songwriting, did that help you? Because a lot of folks don't have that gift to be able to play songs with other people, to write for other folks. So in between, when you were making your tank hits, were you able, was it like, okay, well, I can write these songs for other folks and still give them a hit?
I've always been a good listener. That's part of my gift. And so I think that's the key ingredient in me creating for other people. Because I don't make them an extension of me. I have nothing to do with their music. I have nothing to do with their story. I'm just here to help them tell it.
So do you interview them? You ask them questions?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, take me. Okay, come on, let's do it. Let's write me a song. Write me a song. Come on. Let's do it. I can't sing it, but I can speak it. And so.
No,
but seriously, what do you talk to them about?
But I want to know personally. I want to know how they're feeling. I want to know what they're going through. I want to know kind of things about them that I want to observe them, you know what I'm saying, to kind of draw some of my own conclusions about them. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of hanging out and a lot of talking and a lot of building and a lot of eating and drinking and a lot of, before we even do anything. And that's part of the studio session because, excuse me, it's your suit to wear. Right, so I gotta take your measurements, you know what I'm saying, and I gotta, you gotta try it on, we take it off. Okay, we gotta make some adjustments here. I gotta make sure it fits you, because you have to represent that night in and night out on stage wherever you are. Case in point, I'm talking to, I'm in the studio with K. Michelle. Who's a good friend of mine. Can you say bad words? This is not the bad word show. Got it, no problem. So,
really
yeah, and it's very parent, very friendly. So we're in the studio, and I'm like, she walking in, and Kate Michelle, she got high energy. She's like, yeah, Tank, 'cause I don't really play no game. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's going on? They just all on here. This Twitter just gets on my nerves, and they just and blue sublime and flip flying filthy, and they got the right one today. And I was like, this, oh, that's it. You've got the right one. That's how we wrote that.
I love it.
And she was talking about Twitter, and all that blast on Twitter, and I'm a blast back. I took that, put that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it was like grabbing those pieces and her actual conversation and what she was actually going through, and Taylor making that. It's like I'm writing the song, but I get credit for writing the song, but I'm really just writing your story. I'm really just jotting down what you give me. You know what I'm saying? The lyrics they're yours. I just know how to make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? And make it rhyme at the end. But it's yours.
That's dope. Yeah. I like that. Okay, I see you.
Yeah, I'm a doctor for a reason. I'm Dr. Darrell Tank Babs for a reason. Doctor. Okay. Respect that. Okay, doctor. Harvest Christian Academy. Thank you so much for my music degree. Okay.
Okay, we see music you, doctor.
Yeah.
All right, doctor. So from the music to writing, and when did you fall into the acting?
I fell in love with acting. I'd always been acting, doing stuff growing up, but I fell in love with acting during my audition for Dreamgirls. And during that audition, I started seeing people pay attention to me that I never thought would pay attention to me.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Mainly Eddie Murphy. And I watched Eddie Murphy watch me. While I was auditioning.
What kind of pressure is that? Eddie Murphy's in the room.
It wasn't so much pressure because we were already working with him on the music side, right? And so Murph is funny, you know what I'm saying? Because like he's
Murph.
Murph? I call him Murph, you know what I'm saying? Because I've spent some time around him. Murph is great.
Murph is great.
Murph, me, Murph, but he's a true global superstar. He was a global phenomenon. Movies, acting, he's doing the music thing. Like so it wasn't a whole lot of interaction, you know what I'm saying? Everything was on his terms. You had to respect that. It's Eddie Murphy. I was silly, you know what I'm saying? He would walk into the studio, I'm like, Murph, what it do? And he'd be like this.
Oh, he was in his acting zone.
And keep it pushing on me, have his shades on and keep it pushing on me. It's like, whatever. You're going to speak to me one day, right? But, when I was doing my audition, when I was doing the dance part of my audition, and he walked in, and I had so much confidence in the material, like I was locked in. I just knew it. I felt good about it. And he walked in and he looked, and I was like, and he was like, gave me a little head nod, you know what I'm saying? And he just kept walking, and they was like, okay, we're gonna run one more. The directors were gonna run one more. I was like, okay, cool. And when I started dancing, I saw him stop where he was going, come back, and start watching the monitor as I was performing. And I was like this, let me turn it on.
Yes.
I was turning it on, like the director came, the director ran up to me, he's like, you're doing it, you've got it, you got it, you're doing it. Yes. He was like this close to me, you're really doing it, I feel what you're doing, right? He was just so excited. And that right there, all of that made me feel like, oh, I can really do this. Like I can really do this. I nailed the audition, the sides, and I nailed all of that. I was like, okay. And it came down out of, hundreds of people who wanted this role and auditioned for this role. It came down to me and one other person. It came down to me and Keith Robinson. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And so in not getting the part, it still gave me confidence. It's like, man, if I can beat out
all these
other people who are A-list actors, who have been doing this way longer than me, you know what I mean? And other people who have the gift, I was like, I got something. I gotta have something. And that's what made me fall in love with it and start taking it seriously.
And you've been doing your thing too. Even in the New Edition movie, you killed the role.
And I knew him, so that made it even better.
Oh, wow.
Gerald Busby gave me my first 2 checks to help me
really?
establish
so
my footing.
You knew his nuances and all that.
I mean, it's a record executive.
Of course.
Of course I know those nuances. But I also knew him.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
But was it harder to play somebody that you know because the expectation was higher?
No.
No?
No, I was ready for that.
Okay.
I was built for that one.
You're built for that.
Yeah, I was built for that one. And it's when you have to, dial into being a doctor, dial into being a lawyer, dial into things that are, outside your normal comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when, you really have to get into your studies.
Yeah.
And understand those nuances that come along with that. But playing a record executive? Yeah, but just be myself.
Well, listen, that's what you're phasing into now, right? The executive role.
Absolutely.
So, but before you do all of that, what does this R&B Money album look like? And you said it's the final one. Did you put any specific kind of like?
I put it in an order where, for me, R&B was always about relations. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Within the relationship. All of the nuances, whether it be, the love, the pain, the sex, all of the stuff that goes along with it, And so for that first 3/4 of the album, it's locked in. It's focused. It's hyper-focused. Mm-hmm. You either gonna get the woman you want, you either gonna get your woman back, or you're gonna have a really good time.
Okay.
With whoever that is.
That we with. You have a nice time.
Uninterrupted.
Okay.
It don't go up until the end. You know what I'm saying? That's when it gets aggressive, going more towards the end of the album. But this whole front 3/4 of the album, get you some wine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Get you some tequila.
A little nice something.
Get you.
He's trying to get. What is it? The Casamigos? I don't even drink, but I heard.
Dos artes is what you want to have. Okay. Extra añejo. Don't say nothing. Just press play. It'll do the talking. It'll let you know where. Okay.
You can write a sexy song though. I will tell you that. You put some sexy songs out
but
real.
Sexy is in everything, right? So there's sexy in apologizing. There's sexy in appreciating, and then there's sexy in sex.
The way that you do it is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you go from Maybe I Deserve to I Deserve Again? Why did you circle back to that one?
I thought it would be an amazing full circle moment. And I knew that at some point some youngin' was gonna sample it and get the money for it. And I was like, before y'all take my money,
tell that truth.
I'm gonna take it myself.
I love it.
I'm gonna take it back.
I love it.
And it just so happened that my catalog, which wasn't out for over 10 years, dropped at the same time that the I Deserve song came out.
Wow.
So people were able to do their history on me effectively because the music was now streaming everywhere. It just worked out that way. I wish I designed it like that. I wish I could say I was the genius,
right?
But
it wasn't. Somebody's
already ordered my step. Absolutely.
You know it.
Absolutely.
But that's dope. All right, so R&B Money, you have the album. Mm-hmm. You also have the R&B Money podcast.
Yes.
And is there an R&B Money movie?
There should be.
Or a TV show?
It won't be called that.
But it's going to be based on
R&B.
What does that look like? A whole movie based on R&B? Is it going to be like the making of the albums or just?
No, it's an R&B movie. It's a movie that is based around R&B music. Songs. It's not a documentary. It's like where all the music in the movie is R&B music. All the people in this movie are R&B singers. Remember how Eddie Murphy did Harlem Nights?
Yes.
And you just saw all the comedians. Everybody had a role to play.
Okay,
everybody
I see what you're saying.
It's like that.
That would be neat. Yet no one has done anything creative like that in this space in years.
No, you need time for that. I gotta get from under these lights. I gotta get from behind that microphone.
Okay.
And start really building these things out and getting them done.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. So as we're continuing on, are you touring? What are you doing?
Yeah, we're gonna do an R&B Money tour next year. Mm-hmm. So now just trying to find the right lineup. You know what I mean? Because people want me to do my own tour just by myself. Mm-hmm. I'm a team guy. I've been playing sports all my life, so I always feel like we're more powerful together. You know what I'm saying? That there's power in numbers.
What's your team looking like right now? What's the football team? We got football season coming in a little bit.
My football season in real life?
In real life.
Oh, the Raiders. What do you mean?
Cowboys. We're Cowboys over here.
You and my mama, boy.
Listen, Mama's good. Tell Sister Mama I said hi.
And Ginuwine. You, my mama, and Ginuwine.
Come on, see, there we go.
They are diehards. I've been buying my mama cowboy paraphernalia since I was a baby.
Listen, I married into the cowboyism, so now the whole thing is
I'm gonna just tell you like this.
Go ahead.
Don't get your hopes up.
Oh, you know what? Well, the Raiders ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, we are.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because y'all moved to Vegas now?
Don't get your, absolutely.
Whatever.
Don't get your hopes up. You seen our stadium? Jerry World is cool, but have you seen the Raiders stadium?
Excuse me, have you been to the Dallas stadium? It's amazing.
What you mean, have I been? Of course I've been. It's a little old now, though. It's a little old. It's nice. It's big. It's big. It's big.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
You might need to change some of your materials. You know what I'm saying? Some of your materials is dated.
Y'all got in the stadium, you want to
we're brand new. Oh, we sassy. We sassy over here. Yeah. You see our new wide receiver? No, you see? I can't worry about that.
No, it's going from ESPN back to the Deja Vu show. Okay, so get your R&B money movie together. You have a really nice voice. I'm listening to, not talking about your singing. We know you can sing. But as, I guess maybe it's the echo or something. Yeah, it's just really nice. Baritone-ish or whatever it is I'm listening to is nice. Yeah. Have you done or thought about doing like voiceover stuff?
I've absolutely thought about doing voiceover.
Don't go lower.
No, I did have to go lower. I've absolutely desired to be.
No, but it's really nice as I'm listening, because I can kind of hear an echo.
It's a very competitive.
It is.
And not just competitive, but very like secretive, very like.
It is.
You know, if we don't like you, we're not sharing.
But it's opening up their opportunities. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you just, the right person has to come along. The right person has to share the right agent. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The right, it's a community. The voiceover community is very small and they're very tight.
And it's different from radio too.
Yeah,
it's
and
totally
they don't
play like radio people. They don't
play about their voiceovers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the same people do those voiceovers.
Yeah.
And they make a real living. They make a killing. Yes. Millions off of doing these voiceovers, so they're very protective over that voiceover space.
But you have a nice voice, though.
If they let me in,
come on, maybe when you do your movie, you can narrate that.
I mean, the narration, that part would be easy, but I'm talking about true, like, whether it be like animation,
doing what you call it,
whether it be animation or or that. Like, I really want to get into the animation side where I'm like, where I'm like on Avatar or something like that. You know what I mean? I just think that would be really, really dope. So you need the time to try and, crack and kick all these doors open. You know what I'm saying? To really effectively be able to go knock on those doors enough times for them to be like, all right, come in. What do you want?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you need. But
it's the pleasantly persistent who get the job.
Exactly.
Come on
and
now.
So I that's what I'll be doing. I'll be
knocking on those doors.
Hey guys, brought you some donuts. No, you don't know me. Just want to.
Right. Hi, I'm Tank.
I'm Tank.
How's the family?
Family's
how's
good.
The wife? How's the kiddo?
Wife's
how's
good.
Everything?
Kids are good. I have. I range from 21 to 7.
Wow, that's a gap.
Yeah, it's 21, 17, 14, 14, and 7.
Wow.
So my 7-year-old is, he's a ninja / pro Beyblader / pro Oculus user.
Are you into it? Are you in the metaverse and all that?
No, and he's starting his own YouTube.
Come on, young man, I love it.
You know what I'm saying? He wants to be a gamer on YouTube, so he's starting to set up his own camera and record himself.
At 7?
Playing. Yeah, he's full out. You know what I'm saying? He's getting his content together.
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking
Dad,
his
talk.
I have no choice. Like he's presenting me with, you know what I'm saying, this is what I want to do. And you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do it whether you help me or not. Like I might as well help you, boy. So he's really dope. And all the other kids are good, man. Kids are good. My oldest just turned 21, May 26th, and she's it's like with girls, like, everybody's like, you gotta get your gun, and I say you can't overprotect or overmanage girls.
Listen, you cannot, but you do need to give them advice, because I remember my daddy's words in my ears.
Yeah.
You got to do so and so. Don't just be settling for this and that. And that. I can remember him. Of course, I wasn't really paying him any attention at that time.
But when you needed it, you could dial it up, and so that's what it is. You just become, as fathers, you become a safety net. You know what I mean, you just got to catch them when they fall.
And how does she look at you as Tank? Like, she's grown, and so now she knows.
And
like,
she's musical. She has all the
Really?
gifts. She went to professional performing arts school up the street. She went to Harlem School of the Arts. She performed at the Metropolitan Opera. Like, she's got the whole thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, she's in tune into it in a different way because she understands it creatively. And she's like, yeah, Dad, that's the one. That song right there, that's my favorite. That one was cool. You didn't do your best on that one. But this one right here, this is where you need to live. Like, she's
really?
Yeah, she's in that space. So,
have you guys done a duet or anything together?
We haven't done a duet, but you know, she has been working in my studio and just trying to, you know, find her sound and perfect. She's a monster. So it's just, you know, I want her to do it the right way, the way I did it. You know what I mean? And it's no rush. I was like, you're not rushing. You don't rush. We're not. Yeah, you know that. We're not starving for anything. Everything that you need is at your disposal. And when it's time, we're gonna press go.
I like that. I see a reality show in your future. Let's do it. Come on.
A reality show?
Come on, get the kids and everything. What you're doing behind the scenes? No.
Not enough time for that.
You know what?
Reality is every day. Reality
can be a 6-episode series.
Reality is every day, and reality as we would like it to be is most times scripted and directed in a sense.
That is true.
Every day, I want to get up and do what I want to do, not what the network needs me to do for this particular 4 or 5 hours of the day.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So not enough time for that. Not yet.
I still want to see something. But what are you working on next? And then I'm going to let you go because I know we've been holding
No, so good. Yeah, no. I mean, it's all the same things, man. It's the label. It's acting. It's, you know, the Denzel Jr. It's the stand-up. You know what I mean? Which contributes to my acting chops.
Hold on. You've been doing stand-up?
Yeah.
In real life?
In real life.
How come I haven't seen anything? Where the?
I used to post stuff on my page all the time.
I follow you. The algorithm is wrong.
You didn't see it. You didn't see it.
Are you serious? I'm gonna have to go back now. If you start seeing me, like, don't think that I'm
No,
stalking you.
I deleted all that. It's like
I
I curate. I'll always delete and start over and do the whole little thing. But I've been doing stand-up for years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so it's like that's really fun.
That's scary.
Really fun.
Stand up? You are on the stage and you say something and there's nothing. It's like,
But think about what I already do, though.
But you're singing. We already know,
I know,
your music.
but
we love your
songs.
songs.
I've been through people not knowing the words. Like, imagine introducing a new song on stage.
Okay.
Right? And so the reaction is not, you know, it's not all the way up. People aren't singing all the lyrics. They aren't screaming as soon as they hear the intro. But you still got to get through that song. You still have to perform. You still have to do what you know to do. And so for me in stand-up, it's like the same thing. Oh, you didn't laugh at that one? Maybe you'll laugh at the next one. Oh, I got 10 more songs to go. Don't worry about it. I'll get you with one of them.
Okay.
Like the screams or the silence or even the boost for that matter, they don't control my, they don't control my movement. You know what I mean? They don't control the show. I control the show. So being that I'm already, I already know how to manage a crowd. You know what I mean?
That's experience talking.
Yeah, that's experience. And so what I've learned just when in getting into the space is that these guys don't have that gift. You know what I mean? And you can tell the guys that are really gifted at owning the crowd. You know, you can tell the Kevin Harts, you can tell the Jamie Foxxes and the Chappelles. Like, you can see the difference. It is night and day from the comedians that are trying to do it and still trying to figure it out, and the guys that got on stage. It took them a few years, but once they clicked, they're like, oh, I know exactly what to do. Right. And they owned it and just built it up. So I've been around those guys all my life.
So now
that's who I've been learning from.
Okay.
And so, I'm going to take that and, prayerfully push it to the next level.
I can't wait to see what that next level looks like, Ted.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you for stopping and talking to me.
Absolutely. Come on now. Yeah. We talk sometimes.
We talk a lot. All right, so R&B Money, check out my man Tank, the album, the podcast, the ... whatever comes next. ...
At The Real Tank on everything. At R&B Money, follow that, and at R&B Money Podcast, follow that as well. Yeah.
At Stop Deleting the Stuff Before I Get to See It.
I got you.
It's the Deja Vu Show, WBLS. You know how we do.